Hi there. Have you ever wondered exactly what does it mean to build a following and exactly how do you get clients online by doing that? Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. In today's video, I want to talk with you about three hot strategies for getting clients online and also just to demystify this whole building a following, what to do, how you actually get people into your community, into your tribe, so that you can begin to develop a relationship with them. And eventually, some of those people will become clients for you. So I wanted to speak about this because a lot of clients bring this up. It's kind of like this big mystery. And, I have people come to me and say, well, I'm posting on Facebook every day, but nothing happens. So, couple things about that. Yes, it's great to be posting online consistently. And it's number one, it's a long term game, which we all need to be taking steps to build our communities over the long term, but it might not get you clients immediately. And the other big thing about posting online or sharing content is it's really about engagement. So, how instead of just talking, how can you actually get your people, especially on social media, even by email? How can you invite people to respond, to ask you a question, to have a two-way human to human interaction? That's what building a thriving business is all about. That's what building a community and a following is all about. Real human to human connection, generosity, providing value. Okay, let's go. So before I give you the three hot tips, I want to share with you, this is to just demystify. There's literally three main ways to build a following, whether it's your email list, whether it's your YouTube channel, it doesn't matter the platform, okay? So the first way to build a following, build a community, is to create consistent, valuable content, right? So again, this is a long-term strategy. It does work. But the key, as I mentioned, is really about getting that two-way engagement and also getting more people's eyeballs onto your content is part of the thing. So a good example of this is like a blogger. So someone who's writing consistent blogs every week and that person had a lot of readers on the blog. That's an example of providing consistent, valuable content and building the community and the connections, okay? So creating consistent content eventually creates organic reach. Organically, people begin to start paying attention. Okay, the second way to build a following is with paid ads. So I'm talking about Facebook ads, Instagram ads, maybe Google ads, right? Now, this works if you do it well, but it does require quite an investment. Small amounts, what I found is small amounts of money don't really get you a ton of traction on these platforms. So to really get some people engaged and following, you're going to have to make an investment in paid ads. It can work. It definitely can work over time. It might even get you some clients in the short term. So if you have money to invest, you could try that route. Okay, and then the third way to build community is collaboration. And this one is my favorite one. So collaborating, finding win-win partnerships where you can cross-promote each other, where you can help each other, where you can host each other. There's lots of ways to do this, but I can tell you that collaboration, being generous, creating win-win opportunities with other people who also have followings and audiences can be very powerful and can actually, I've seen some entrepreneurs really skyrocket with this method. Okay, so the three ways to build a following are create consistent, valuable content over the long term, pay for ads, or collaboration. Okay, now that we have that, I'm going to give you three practical hot tips for how to get clients online. Okay, ready? Go ahead and get a paper and pen because this stuff is really, it's juicy and it's simple but effective. Okay, so 3 keys to get clients online. I like visual aids. Number 1, host your own Facebook group. Okay, let's talk about this. Host your own Facebook group or other channel. Maybe you're hosting your YouTube channel. Maybe you're hosting a giveaway on Instagram. Wherever you choose, you're hosting your email list as well. But be the leader of your business and your community. You be the one to throw the party, so to speak. So if you create a container, a place for people to gather. So your Facebook group is just a place for people to gather. Just like if you had a dinner party, it's a place for people to gather, right? So you be the leader, you be the host, and then once you gather the people, that's when you bring in that consistent, valuable content to build the relationship so that you can establish know, like, and trust. You want people to see who you are, and you want to help them so they really begin to value continuing to interact with you. Okay, so one note about Facebook groups are hot right now. Facebook algorithms are favoring Facebook groups. Now, that's a whole other video, a whole other training class. I teach people about how to properly launch a Facebook group in my 9-month Sacred Business training programs for entrepreneurs. But for now, just know it's a hot strategy, and you gotta make sure you take your time to do it right and set it up right. Okay, so I recommend don't just throw up a Facebook group, but there's a whole launch strategy for that because you want people in there, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, so that was hot tip number 1 is be the host. Host your community in your Facebook group or wherever you want, but you throw the party, you invite them, and you engage them. Okay, all right, so hot tip number 2 for getting clients online, be of service. Be of service. So generosity always wins. I've seen over and over again. So how do you be of service? You go out of your way to be helpful and provide free, valuable, helpful advice. So a really strategic way to do this, find 3 Facebook groups where your ideal client is hanging out, and then put it on your calendar at least once or twice a week. Go into that group, and when other members ask questions like, hey, what's the best software for this and that, or, you know, I'm struggling with this, go in and answer their questions. Be helpful. Give them resources. And over time, you will become known in those communities, which these are other people's communities that you're going into and shining in. Right? So how can you shine? So an example would be if you help moms get back to the workforce, then you would go research Facebook, and in the search bar, you can search for groups by topic, and you look for groups, 3 groups that moms are engaged in and people are actually active in. And then you go in, and when people start talking about work or going back to work, then you can offer helpful tips, even other things like your favorite brownie recipe. You know, it can be personal, helpful tips as well. Okay, so you ready for hot tip number 3? Let's see where we got. Hot tip number 3 for getting clients online. This is probably the hottest of all. Get interviewed. Okay, get interviewed. What do I mean by that? So remember I said collaboration is one of the most incredible ways to really build a following and get visible and get known for your expertise and get clients. Okay, so number 3, this tip is get interviewed. Get in front of someone else's audiences. What does that look like? You could be interviewed on a podcast. You could be interviewed on someone's virtual summit. You can participate in a giveaway, which is where a group of people get together and all give their free gifts. Now, some of those group offerings can be really valuable because everybody is sharing the offer with other communities, their respective communities, and that gets you seen in front of more eyeballs, right? Another example of this would be you could do a guest blog post in Mind Body Green or Huffington Post, and in your bio, invite people to sign up for your free gift and join your mailing list, join your community, right? So again, finding places where other people are already gathering your ideal clients and go into those communities and offer something so that they can begin to get to know you, and then invite them to come back to your community, your Facebook list, your email list, whatever that is. Okay. So another way to do this is to have a colleague or someone in a complementary niche interview you in their Facebook group. So you can do this in person as well, right? Like joint workshops and things can be really, really effective because you're both working to gather the people, right? Okay, so here's an action item. After you watch this video, I want to invite you to go write down 10 people that you would love to collaborate with. So these can be people in complementary niches to you. These, like, I'm a business coach, so maybe a complementary niche would be a copywriter or someone who specializes in Facebook ads or something like that, right? But if you're a healer, let's say you do energy work, well, maybe a complementary niche would be acupuncture, and you can refer to each other or do a workshop together, right? So online, this can also look like go big. Who are the people you're already following? Influencers that you would love to get to know. Make a list of 10 people that you would love to collaborate with, and then start thinking of win-win opportunities. How can you create a collaboration that's win-win for both of you? And then begin to support that person, like their stuff, share their stuff, let them know you exist, begin to build that relationship. And when the time is right, see how you can collaborate. Maybe you can cross promote each other. There's so many ways to collaborate and rise together in business, because this is what it's all about. It's impossible to really succeed if you're just being a lone wolf. We cannot do this alone. I've seen it over and over again in myself, with my clients, and out there in the entrepreneur communities. Working together, you will rise so much faster and reach more people with your healing and coaching and teaching gifts. And that's really what it's all about. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, this was helpful, do me a favor, hit reply to this email and let me know what questions you have, and let me know who are your 10 people that you would love to collaborate with. All right, can't wait to hear from you. Bye for now.